What's up guys, today we're going to be beating Pokemon Emerald using nothing but a completely randomly generated team. Now this team will come to us direct from randompokemon.com, and as you can see it is just a random Pokemon generator. So we're going to change the region to Hoenn and we're just going to keep generating until we get a team that includes one of the 3 starter Pokemon in it. So this is perfect, straight away the first team. So we get Nuzleaf, Xatu, Swampert, Aron, Pelipper, Spinder. Now for this I'm not allowed to evolve the ones that aren't evolved, so Aron not allowed to become a Larion or an Aggron. Nuzleaf can't evolve to Shiftry, but all the rest are actually quite fine. So without any messing about, let's just get straight into this game. So the first thing we need to do is give ourselves a name. So we call ourselves PTM. That sounds pretty good to me, and we carry on with the game. The first thing that happens is this little girl tells us she can hear some noises and asks us to go take a look. We go and have a look and see Professor Birch being chased around by Zigzagoon. So we grab a Mudkip out of his bag and go help him out. Professor Birch lets us keep the Mudkip and asks us to go find May. So we go straight up and we find her, and she wants a fight. This is pretty easily done, to be honest. She's not very good. Returning back to the lab, and Professor Birch gives us a Pokedex and some Pokeballs so we can finally start the adventure. The first thing we're going to do is head straight up to Route 103. Here we can get a Wingull, which obviously we needed to evolve into the Pelipper. Now we go to Petalburg City and meet our dad. Here he introduces us to Wally and asks us to go help him catch a Pokemon. Wally goes and catches a Ralts, and then our dad tells us to go to Rustboro City to fight the first gym leader. On the way to Rustboro City, we encounter Team Aqua in the forest chasing a man. We jump at the chance to help him and defeat the Team Aqua grunt. After this, we finally arrive in Rustboro City and go straight for the gym. The gym leader has a rock-type Pokemon, so we make easy work of Roxanne. Mudkip dispatches of all the Pokemon, and we get the Stone Badge. After this, we bump to the man that we saved earlier on in the forest to find out he has been robbed. This really is not his day, is it? We go and help him chase the robbers down, and we track them to this cave entrance where we are stopped by an old man, and he tells us his Pokemon was just stolen from the robbers too. So we enter the cave to find them. Once we find them, we one-hit kill his Pokemon with Mudkip, and we get back all the stolen goods. The old man returns to his home with his Pokemon, and we deliver the items back to the other man. He in turn gives us some items to drop off at another town and lets us go on our way. On the way out of the city, we encounter May, who challenges us to a Pokemon battle. After we defeat her, Mudkip evolves into Marshtomp. We head to the house with the boat outside it. Here we meet the man whose Pokemon we just saved earlier in the cave. He is a sailor and offers to take us to the next town, Dewford. Here there is another gym for us to beat, but first we go and catch a Pokemon. In the town there is a cave, and in this cave you find Aron, so we go to hunt one down. After searching around for a while, I finally found one, but I was worried about killing it really quickly with water gun, so I just spammed it with tackle and slowly dwindled its health down until I finally threw the ball at it. We caught it and now have half of our team done. We're not leaving the cave yet though, because in here there is also an Everstone, which is the perfect item, because what this does is stops Pokemon that are holding it from evolving, and as we already know, I'm not allowed to evolve the Aron. So we'll go and get the Everstone and give it to the Aron, and then make our way to the end of the cave where we encounter a man named Steven. Steven is the man that we have to deliver the parcel for that we got given from the guy that we saved earlier, so it's quite lucky that he's in this cave early, isn't it, when you think about it. Now we leave the cave and go and challenge the second gym. This is a fighting type gym. Thankfully for us, Wingull just learned Wing Attack, which is a move that is super effective against them. However, we don't even need to use that because Marshtomp is able to take out all of the gym leader's Pokemon using just Water Gun, although we did get very lucky because he critical hit all 3 of them. Next up is a trip to Slateport, so we jump back in the boat and get dropped off at the beach. Lovely stuff. We go to this lab and deliver the goods from the Devon Core. The scientist asks us to go and find the captain, so we go on a hunt for him. First place I check is the museum, and we see it is packed by Team Aqua grunt. I find the captain in the museum and give him the goods. I am then immediately attacked by Team Aqua, who are trying to steal them again. We take them out and get on our way up Route 110. Here we encounter May, and she once again wants to have a battle with us. We beat her and carry on up the route to Morval City. Morval City has a gym, so we are going to go there. Outside the gym, we find Wally, who's with his uncle. Wally wants to go and fight the gym, but his uncle says he isn't good enough, like a real supportive family member would do. So Wally asks us to fight him to show his uncle how strong he is. So we accept Wally's challenge and then beat him in 2 moves and crush his dreams. And then we just go and take out the gym instead. Easy stuff. This is an electric type gym, so Marshtomp will be a big player here thanks to his dual ground typing. Marshtomp actually does sweep the gym leader using nothing but the Mud Slap move, and we end up taking the Dynamo badge. After this, we head next door and grab ourselves a bike. We then visit the house next to the Pokemon and get ourselves Rock Smash. This is then taught to Aron. We head straight up to Route 111 and smash the rocks blocking our path. After this, we reach Mount Chimney, which is something we have to climb our way to the top of. However, we are unable to do this yet, so instead we take the path around to Route 113. On the way, Wingull evolves. On Route 113, we can get our 4th team member, Spinder. We find one, weaken it with Aaron, and catch it. Then we follow the path all the way around, and it takes us into a different cave where we encounter both Team Aqua and Team Magma. After talking to us for a bit, they run off to Mount Chimney, and we should follow them. Instead, though, I'm going to keep staying in this cave all the way to the end and get back to Route 115. From here, you can go back down to Rustboro City and then down to Route 102, which is obviously where we started the game. I was supposed to catch a Ralts when I was here the first time and completely forgot, so kind of circled back round to get myself a Ralts, and you'll see why we need the Ralts in a minute. But once we've caught the Ralts, we go back to Rustboro City and go into this house here and talk to this man to get caught just in case we need it later, because I'm not sure if we do. And then, the house next to the gym in Rustboro City, there's a guy in here that will trade you a Ralts for a Seedot. Now, the only other way to get Seedot in this game is a 1% chance on 3 separate routes. I don't fancy having to spend hours trying to find one, so just thought it'd be easy to trade a Ralts. So we've got the Seedot, that's 5 down, just as Atu left to go for our team. Now, we head back to the cave where we fought the robber earlier on and smashed the rocks at the other side. The guy waiting there gives us strength as a thank you, and we can exit the cave and be next to Mount Chimney, which is where we need to be for Team Aqua and Team Magma. Heading up the cable cart to the top of the mountain, we see Team Aqua and Team Magma fighting. We take out the Magma Grunts and eventually fight the leader. Archie from Aqua thanks us after this is done, and we take the meteorite that they wanted and leave the mountain into Leverage Town. This is where we find the 4th gym. The 4th gym is a fire-type gym, so as you can expect, we made short work of it and received the Heat Badge. As we exit the gym, May gives us the Go Goggles, and then we head back to Petalburg to face the 5th gym leader, which is our own father. It's a very tough battle, and I actually do lose this one quite a few times, but I eventually managed to pull through using Mud Slap of all moves just to make Slacking's accuracy so low it can't hit me. And then I just killed it with Water Gun. And with that, we get the Balance Badge and Surf. As we are making our way to the next gym, we come across the Weather Institute and find it's been taken over by Team Aqua. So we fight them away, and in return we are given a cast form. We put this in the PC box and carry on. Almost immediately after, we are ambushed by May, who wants a match. Pelipper takes out all of her Pokemon, and in return she gives us HM Fly, so we teach this to Pelipper and carry on to Fortree City. In Fortree City, we attempt to go to the gym, but something invisible is blocking the path, so we keep going east and follow the route along until we find Steven. He tells us that it's in fact a Kecleon blocking the way and gives us a Devon Scope so we can see it. We head back to the gym, remove the Kecleon and challenge the leader. This is a flying types gym, and the fight itself is relatively straightforward, and we don't really have too many issues here as we get the Feather Badge. 2 more to go. The next place we stop at is Lily Cove City, and we are going to go straight to the contest hall and speak to the woman on the left of the reception. She gives us a Pokeblock case, and this is needed for entry into the Safari Zone. So now obviously we make our way to the Safari Zone, and while we will go in there, Marshtomp evolved. Once we're in the Safari Zone, we can find the final Pokemon we need, Natu. You can also find Xatu here in the wild, but it is quite rare, but either will do for us. After hunting one down, we manage to find a Natu, and we catch it, and the team is finally all done. That is all 6 of the randomly generated Pokemon caught, and all that's left to do now is get these last 2 gym badges and beat the league. We head back to Lily Cove, and May is stood waiting for us, and she wants another fight. Once again, Pelipper easily beats her, and we continue our journey. En route 122, Natu manages to evolve into Xatu. 122 takes us to Mount Pyre. We climb to the top of it and face Team Aqua, quickly dispatch of them and get given the Magma Emblem. With this, we fly back to Leverage Town, scale the jagged path next to Mount Chimney once again, and find Team Magma's hideout. At the end of Magma's hideout, we find Maxie. He awakens Groudon and then fights us. Swampert makes easy work of him, and we exit. Following this, we go to Slateport to find the captain that we saved earlier on giving a TV interview. While he's distracted with this, Team Aqua have snuck in and stole his submarine. We chase them down, and this leads us back to Lily Cove City and to their hideout. We fight through, but we are too late, and they've already managed to escape once again. Our journey takes us to Moss Deep City. The gym here focused on double battles, and I win in the most bizarre of fashions. The gym leader had 2 Pokemon left, and I only had left my Nuzleaf. But they had no PP left in any of their damaging moves, so they couldn't actually hit me, and all they could do was hit Hypnosis, Light Screen, and Calm Mind. So we're just kind of stuck in this battle of me constantly asleep, waking up, and hitting them for 5 health at a time. But we very slowly did it, beat them, and got the 7th badge. Coming out of this gym, we find the Moss Deep Space Center under attack from Team Magma. We go to help them and find Steven is in there as well. He joins us in the fight, and we take down Team Magma, and after this we go to Steven's house to get Dive. Using Dive, we can now chase Team Aqua in that submarine. We go to Route 128 and dive here to find the Submarine and in turn Team Aqua. At the end of the cave they're in, we find Kyogre and Archie. We beat Archie and then he awakens Kyogre. Maxie from Team Magma comes rushing in and they confront each other. I get taken out of the cave and told to go to Stutopolis City. We enter the city and are greeted with Kyogre and Groudon having a fight with each other. Steven's here and rushes us to the Cave of Origin where we find Wallace. He tells us to go to the Sky Pillar and get Rayquaza. So we do. We go to the Sky Pillar and at the top of it Rayquaza is there. We wake him up and he flies over to Stutopolis City to calm down Groudon and Kyogre. Once this is done, Wallace gives us Waterfall and we can enter the final gym. This gym is a water ice gym and it's very tough. Once again, it took me a lot of attempts to beat. In the end, Swampert levelling up mid-fight and learning Earthquake was what won us the 8th badge. All that's left is the league. This is it. It's finally time to face the league. We make our way to Evergrande City and head into Victory Road. In here we meet Wally who wants to fight. Swampert's dispatches of everything and we carry on. After a very long time in Victory Road, we finally reach the Pokemon League. We make our final preparations and go in. After many failed attempts, we finally did it. We beat Wallace and become the champion with a team of randomly generated Pokemon. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a like and subscribe and let me know in the comments other videos like this that you'd like to see. Peace.